All right. So I got it recording. Today. I'm going to give you, Miguel, how much time do you get for the launch? Who are you allowed to work with?
Your elbow partner.
Elbow partner, that's right.
Which one?
Either.
But that means only have one elbow partner.
5 minutes, all right? Go ahead, get started. Can you put your work up to number 1? And I'll give you feedback on it, make sure it's good. If you want to do number 2, you can do number 2.
Oh.
Pass it along.
Oh yeah, my name. Hold
Let me
up.
do number 1.
I have to write my name. Hold up. It's like this. Look. It's like this, right? Middle point is M.
Letter C. I'm doing letter C.
I'm doing B.
Isn't it Y? And then X? Isn't it like that? Yeah. Yes. Oh. Here, Matthew, you can do number 2, or you want to do it? Trying to pass it around. Trying to pass it around, you know? 2.
And I'm already doing it. I'm gonna do it in red then, Miguel. You forgot to sign your name. Oh, wait. Let me do it.
You're going to put that.
Oh, it's a crocodile.
This should feel so weird to write with.
It's a crocodile.
I mean, the wall.
You forgot the arrow.
Fucking nope. Fucking signed that bitch out. Small
Put in my initials. Damn, contracts. Or not. Here, Joel, you can do number 3. You can do C.
That was the hardest one.
You smart. Don't doubt yourself.
I am there.
You smart. I think. Here. Yo, bro, you could do it. Trust me. You could do it.
I feel like I do this right. 2 circles and a line.
You can do it. Trust me. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Oh, you cheating! Why are you cheating? You cheated.
It makes it much
No, you cheated.
Oh, hold up. I missed something.
I have this. Now it's easier.
You forgot the arrows.
Wait, does it have arrows?
No, I'm messing with
it
you.
doesn't have arrows. It has
That is perfect. That is perfect.
Mine's perfect.
It is not perfect. He is using. I mean, it's accurate. Don't get me wrong. He's using
The right geometric things.
yeah.
Little lines.
What are those little lines called?
Lines.
Arrows. What are these? What are these marks called?
I'm looking over here to see if I can find
Well, what do they tell you about those things?
that they're the same.
That they're equal.
They're equal, that they're the same, and that's because it's in the middle. Well, when you have an angle bisector, does it create equal things?
No.
What does bisect mean?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, so that means it has to be like a little like slanted. Because are there?
No, it makes it equal.
Oh.
Write it in and talk it out. Write it in and talk it out. Cool.
Yeah, write it in, talk it out.
You got about a minute left. Oh, you were fine. Oh, abracadabra. If you want to erase, it's that. Oh, but don't erase. It's fine. Add those marks. Add those marks. Got about a minute left.
There. Abracadabra. I'm alright with accessory. What's the third one, Joel?
Yeah, Joel, yeah.
I'm not saying.
Concussion.
Open sesame.
Yeah, concussion, yeah. All that space is yours. Make yours.
Wait, this is good. I guess.
Oh, wait, I was on the right side. Yeah.
We trust you, concussion, we trust you.
Alright, boom,
You gotta reach to the piece.
Take like
5 more minutes.
take like 30 more seconds.
5 more minutes.
Oh fuck.
5 more minutes.
RPO and then H. That's good.
Yep. That you're an artist.
Oh wow, that was terrible. Yo, where's the race button? That was terrible.
Abracadabra, you draw. 66 open sesame.
That was good. Alright, now what do I do with this?
Hold it.
Hold it, yeah. Take credit.
Yo.
Wait, I forgot something. I feel like I forgot something.
I thought we did these to be fair.
Do you feel comfortable explaining number one?
Sure.
Alright, you guys can explain number one. Please give me your attention.
So I saw that the midpoint was M right here, so I decided to put M in the middle, and X and Y right here. So that means that X and Y. It didn't really matter where I put them, either X in the right or X in the left. So I decided to put it like this. And since I know that this is the midpoint, I decided to put these two lines to show that both of the sides are equal.
That is 100%. That is the extra stuff you can add to your picture. So I'm going to take this one step further. I don't need to ask a bunch of questions because Miguel already explained it. But my ask is going to be this. I want you to write a congruence statement based on this picture. What I mean by a congruence statement is a mathematical sentence that uses the congruence symbol. Take 30 seconds. Just try. Try and write on your paper a mathematical sentence that uses the congruence symbol. And then we'll talk about what it is. If you get it wrong, that's fine. You are trying. You are testing a logic. Perfect.
Oh, I think I did it.
And then you're going to explain why you wrote that.
Mr. Elias.
Yeah. This is an ELA student. What you were writing is absolutely true.
Write it out.
What this says, if you read this says segment XM is the same as segment MY.
No, it is. So this one, I haven't said it.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm never ever going to say that.
No.
Do I write it now?
Yeah.
He's right there. Like, I'm calculation. I like writing.
Alright, listen up to AD. AD's going to explain his congruence statement. Go ahead.
XM is congruent to MY.
Sorry. Explain what you wrote, why you wrote what you wrote.
XM is congruent to MY. I wrote that because from X to M is the same, I would say distance, but it's the same distance or whatever to M and Y.
Perfect. I think it's really important that AD said distance. Midpoint deals with distance. Midpoint is not an angle thing. Midpoint is not an angle thing. If we have in letter B, what would be your congruence statement for letter B? Matthew.
ABC equals CBC.
And what are those things? Matthew, when you say CBZ, what is CBZ? What thing? That's what you need to add on, the symbol for angle. And that's why the second thing I want to point out is AD used the symbol for segment. Okay? Do you know how much angle ABZ is?
No.
But what do you know about it compared?
It's congruent to CBC.
Yeah. You won't always know the measure of these things, but using the geometric term bisector. What does a bisector do?
What's it evenly into two parts?
And what do you know about those 1 and 2 parts? They're the same, they're equal, they're congruent. That is the crux of today. Cool? I'm not going to go over C. I want you to have time to practice. Do you want to see one example of like a problem we're going to do today, or do you just want to practice? All in favor of seeing an example, raise a hand. All in favor of just practicing, raise a hand. I think the examples have it. We're going to do this real quick. What would be your first step in that example?
On the line.
Yeah, I think annotating makes sense. What's a key word?
Adjacent.
That's going to be the picture you need in your head. I underline key information, and I circle the question. So I make sure I answer the question. Is the question saying, what is X? Or is the question saying something else? Yeah. You're going to have to get X equals, but that's not your final answer. You'll use X to figure out the measure of each angle. All right, so now we've annotated. What's our next step? Yeah, we got to draw a picture. You got to draw a picture. And that adjacent angle kind of tells me the picture I should be drawing. So I'm just going to start by drawing an angle. I don't know how big it is. I'm just going to draw some angle. What's the name of that angle? Name, not type. Perfect. Where does that Y have to go? Yeah, what's this called? That corner. Yeah, vertex. So the middle letter has to go at the vertex, at the middle. Does it matter where X and Y go?
No.
No. I'm just put X here. I'm sorry, X and Z. And I'm going to put Z there. This is wrong. Okay. Now we got to draw angle, the other angle, ZYA. But we have to make sure they have something in common. So I can see Z and Y, Z and Y. So I'm going to start at Z. I'm going to go to Y and then turn to A. So I'll start here. I'll go to Y. And then I need to go somewhere else for A. Are these angles equal?
No.
Perfect. Then I wouldn't draw them as equal. How did you know they're not going to be equal? Or let me say it this way. What key word would they have to have said in order to be equal? Bisect. Bisect. or congruent. Either one would be fine. They don't say that, so you don't know that. What's the next step? You've got a picture. It's somewhat labeled. What else can you add to your picture? Yeah, so give me one of them that I could add. Yeah, 10x minus 7 goes where? Perfect. That angle's here. I put it in the corner. I would put 10x minus 7. And I'm going to do that in red. Oh, Nikes. Do that in red. 10x minus 7. Okay. And then the other angle is, yeah, ZYA is 2x plus 1. Is that all the information?
No, XYA.
Yeah, and XYA is what? It's the whole entire angle. So ask yourself, eyes up on the board so you can ask yourself this question. Can you make an equation? Can you make a true equation just based on colors? Just based on colors. What about the green, the red, and the blue? Could you say are equal? Take 10 seconds and just think to yourself, is the green equal to the red? What is it? So red, how would you connect the red and blue? If you take the red angle and you add it to the blue angle, what are you really getting in total? Yeah, you're getting that green, the 78. Now we're starting to attach numbers. Now instead of green equals red plus blue,
78 equals
what was the red?
10x minus 7.
And then you're going to add on 2x plus 1. Yeah. If you can make an equation, based off the picture, you're at a 3 today. You're like a 3 plus or a 3. That is the hard part. If you're struggling solving the algebra, I don't care. That's fine. We can struggle. A week, a month, 3 months, we'll figure out the solving the algebra. That is geometry. You should be able to do that. And that's what you should focus on today. We'll go over the algebra. Combine like terms. That's 12x. Negative 7 and a positive 1 is negative 6. Bring down the equal sign, 78. We're going to solve for x. So what do we got to get rid of?
The 6.
How do you get rid of that?
Plus 6.
Yeah, because it's a minus 6, so we do the opposite,
The
plus
inverse,
6.
and then plus 6.
You're going to get 84
Divided by 12.
divided by 12, divided by 12. X equals 7. Is that my final answer? No. Yeah, you got to substitute. Okay? So if we substitute, yeah. I like to do the blue one. The blue one's easy. It was what? 2x plus 1? What is 2 times 7?
14.
Plus 1?
15.
So this is 15. How could you use that green angle and the 15? Subtract. When you do 78 minus 15, you find out the other angle is 63 degrees. I understand we moved a little quick there, but we're just going to practice now. You got the rest of the period minus 5 minutes for the exit ticket. Practice. Who are you allowed to work with?
Ghostbusters.
Elbow party. Thank you.
I was going to say Ghostbusters too. I was going to say Ghostbusters too. We have more participants. This can I work with? I don't have another. I remember.
Have an imaginary friend there, yes, of course.
You want to do the first couple? Yeah, try one here. Worst thing that's gonna happen is you're wrong. We're gonna talk about it. If you don't want it, just give it to someone else.
Divided here. This is the first part of the problem, this is the second part. Okay? So here, I have two tables that form and I don't know what that angle measures. And I also don't know what it is. And I know that
I really get the jackpot. I think we had the jackpot.
yes. What else do you
I had the jackpot. This
those are cold in your point. Right on the other side. There you go. So I know that that's equal 180 degrees. Calculate 5 distance.
This is
Is that right?
When I add them together, they have to
Can you make an equation for the second one? Equal.
I know plus.
That way you got an algebra.
I'm tired. You don't know where Costco is?
No, so I know Costco is off 180 degrees.
You never been to Manhattan?
We've heard of Staples.
You never been to Manhattan before? All right then, so you should know.
What do I do?
No, I'm not. What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, me too.
This much is going to stop.
What are you doing to solve it?
This is mine. I was thinking, I was thinking it's bad because I'm sorry, this is my way.
So you can start with 143 and then subtract 143.
So oh my god.
I'm just looking for X-ray.
Level is X, right? X equals 37. So that means
Oh, whoa.
But I'm just trying to show you the habit of right exact.
This is no different, except
Yeah, because he was just showing me, like, I was just telling him, telling her, like, I'm gonna,
Wait, I think I'm doing it wrong.
I will write my.
This is simple exact. Do you need help? No. Do you want and why don't you see if you can slate as
And then you can just combust like
that is how much.
Oh, I didn't even look at that. No, I'm not copying that. No, what's your reason? I am not copying that.
It's wrong. It's wrong. Me.
We don't know what this able.
Oh. What did I do?
It's the same thing.
Mister, I made a mistake.
I got you.
You sure you know what you're doing? Don't.
I like this. Oh, click on it. Just click on it. Click on it.
So just take this.
Wait for it to load. There.
It's not the same thing. Yo, mister. Look what she did. I don't know her name.
Look what I did.
Lordies.
Excuse me, I didn't do nothing.
It's her, bro. Mister.
I didn't do anything. He messed up on the wrong page. He clicked something
by
back.
accident.
Okay, no problem. So you see how this is there? So X.
That's Lordies.
No, it was
The
not.
software I use is OneNote.
Okay.
Okay.
I erased my answer for that because it didn't.
He went to another page, and then I went to another page.
So that's, I mean, this will come out. There's so many different ways that you can get.
Killing me, Smalls. I'm messing with you. Looks good. All right.
No, I had an answer for that, but I erased it.
Okay, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
It doesn't make any sense
Why?
because I was.
Whoa. Why are you telling me?
Because, you know, I wanted
I'm not your elbow partner. Who's your elbow partner? Who's your elbow partner? And?
the wall, exactly.
Lourdes. Bring it over.
Damn.
Have a
You weren't gonna
conversation.
play with me like that.
Have a conversation with both of them. Brianna as well, okay? Yeah?
It's just that he don't want to talk to people that don't understand this right now. That's
So
the
I'm
problem.
gonna.
He thinks that we're not on his level. Like he really feeling himself.
Well, I think that's true. You're not.
He feeling himself.
You both are not on his level because you're like up here, and he's like, he's gotta get on your level.
That's not
Right.
I think so. Can you two talk this problem out and then come to a consensus and write your work across the solution?
Alright, my pencil's belling you back.
What?
My pencil went over here and belling to you back.
Wait, I want to see. There is no pencil.
It's inside.
Wait, so that's a lot.
Bills in
That's
it.
to equal 180.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's to
What?
equal
I can't hear
180.
you.
It has to equal 180.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's ugly.
It's just that AB feeling himself since he's a genius.
Exactly.
Not a genius.
Looking at you with
It
a
would
thing
make
that's
sense if you put the equal sign
on the other side. Let AB do this. He got this. He got this.
I made a
I
mistake.
like writing it though.
Facts.
Oh, wow.
Where my pen
I made a
at?
mistake. Oh, right there. Oh my god, thank goodness.
Okay, so you guys
Okay.
All right, so this is what
Wait,
you gotta
so don't we
do.
like do algebra now and then it's like the 10x and then
You put that all together. Yeah.
17.
The 61. Then minus it
61
over.
61. What's that?
I have no. Oh, 119. And then 17 divided. I don't know what that is. Put the calculator. Put it.
Wait, I feel like there's nothing in my handwriting.
That's what I did, but then how did you get?
Equals 7.
You go 7.
Wait, let me erase my hand. It's not even that bad. I want to leave it. It looks nice.
Leave it. It looks cute.
Does it though? It doesn't.
I didn't see what's right.
Matthew.
Matthew's not right. Look at him. Oh,
Matthew.
competition.
You was right. You was right. Vale. Vale.
Because I don't know what this button does. Oh.
I'm just playing.
I need answers for this.
Matthew, come over here.
Oh my god, don't.
Yeah. All right, Matthew, can you help me with this one?
I'm gonna see how long it takes you to find the answer. You'll find it eventually, and it's easy.
You'll find it eventually. It's not answer.
Yes,
I
it
need
is.
your help.
Read the problem.
Don't be feeling yourself just because
I
you know
don't
the
think
answer,
there's no
right?
answer.
No.
No,
We're
read the
not
problem
about
and
to
you'll
do
find the
that.
answer. Did you find the answer?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Can you get back here?
What? You need help too?
No.
Use her.
I just wanted to trip you. What?
Want me to stand there?
I wanted to trip you again.
What is SGA?
Oh, Student Government Association.
Oh, you're in the student government?
Also was last year, but they forced me into the class this year.
Why? You didn't even say no, nothing like
I
that?
don't even sign up.
Wow. You should be like, you don't want to be there no more.
Yeah.
Stop. I don't want to write, and then it's wrong.
The growing, but I don't know what's the length. The length of AB. Wait, what would be the length?
Wait, this equals.
I thought that was the answer.
No. I'm just trying to, this is congruent.
Am I
He
right?
said it wasn't an
Wait, can someone
answer.
check this on the board? No, I don't want to write this. No,
Matthew,
you're looking.
come over here. Excuse me? Yeah, okay. So you told me that the answer was in the paper, but I don't see where the length is at.
Okay. The length of AB. If AB equals 5n minus 8, what's the length of AB?
Wait, Matthew, is this right?
What?
That's right. 5, right? Matthew, this is right. Stop getting close. Is this right?
Stop getting close. I don't know how to do that one. I'm still on this one. I'm trying to find out if my answer is right.
Can you help me?
Maybe. You stop bullying me.
Okay, so what's the length? What's the length? Matthew!
Wait.
It's always gotta be Matthew doing something weird. Are they two different?
It always is.
Wait, Matthew. Are they two different lines? We're trying to figure out what the length, and you're not telling me what it is. Like, get with it. Get direct with
I'm
it.
gonna say it again, the same thing as the last time.
Do I need to speak to you in Spanish or something?
I'm gonna speak to you in Spanish then. Line segments AB and
That's
XY are
English.
congruent, right?
Yeah, that's what I wrote.
The question is, what is the length of AB? It tells you the length of AB is 5n minus 8.
So that's the length?
Finally!
Oh! I'm dumb. Alright, heard you.
And I felt that.
Look at you touching them. Oh! Look, it's 5 and 9. That was the length. Taking mad long just to tell me the damn answer. Oh, and there's more? Wait, so the answer is just 5n minus 8.
You should write that down.
How are you doing? Are you alright?
There's a bar.
What do you know about
Get to the back.
Right? Exactly. If the measure of angle NYC equals 11x plus 13, determine the value of x.
Mister, there's no Q.
Brain drawing. If this is a right angle, is there a symbol that we can
Isn't it B?
It's B.
So what's the value of B?
right? So that tells me that 11x plus 13 has to equal what? 90. The 90 there. Now you can solve that. So we're gonna just solve for x. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move 13.
So it's like that, right? Because, yeah.
But you gotta answer the question. You can't just write that.
Oh, okay. So
Wait, so both?
You need help.
So both of these equal 6x minus 6x minus 3. Oh my god, we're so done.
Yes, you
So
are.
it's 6x
Joking, I'm
minus
joking.
3. Wait, Matthew, how is that 6? Because they're both 6x minus 3.
I don't even do this one.
Matthew, you know damn well you know the answer.
I don't.
Don't it. You trifling right now. You trifling.
Do you want to see my paper?
You really trying me today.
what is the value of x? So this you wrote should go in here.
I
So
didn't
that
even
you
write
have part of
anything.
your picture.
Okay, well, can you look?
I could do it from here though.
What
Okay.
do you know about a bisector?
Yes.
Bisector.
There's no Q.
So if this is
Exactly.
6x minus 3, then
You
this
messed
is
up the
6x
paper.
minus 3.
Miss, there's no Q.
And what else?
It's a B.
You're a B.
It's the same You're thing, I right? am a B. My name starts with
Exactly.
You're a A.
That rhymes.
Okay.
Miss, there's no Q.
So can you write an equation? What do you mean there's no Q?
It says QD.
But there's BD.
Yeah, I think it was a typo.
We already been to that.
Hmm?
We already been to that.
I just found it out.
You just peeped that.
Okay.
So angle ABC, it's a right angle, so it's 90 degrees.
Uh-huh.
And since it bisects, it splits it in two equal parts.
That's what So I said.
90 divided by 2,
Which is?
45.
Uh-huh.
So 45?
What equals 45?
The angle.
The angle?
Angle ABD. I mean ABD. Yeah, ABD.
But the
This- it
question
doesn't
says,
go
what is
into-
the value of x?
Is it this?
So wouldn't it mean 45
Sorry.
Oh, she's going. Okay, 6x minus 3. Wait a second. You told me that it equals 45. So why'd you say it equals 90? Because of that bar. Yes, so if you were taking both of those angles,
Got the answer.
it would be equal to 90. But he's only doing one.
I got the answer.
Don't tell me the answer.
Time out, let him think.
Just telling you I got it.
Oh, okay. Alright.
You need help?
Yeah.
I need help.
So
Look at you.
So you got
ignoring.
45. 6. I know how you got 45, but I don't know how you got the whole combination. Like,
now you're solving
okay, so
correct.
plus 3. Plus 3.
Wait.
48. 6 out. Yeah, 8.
Yeah, it's 8.
You just did it by yourself.
Wow.
See? You don't even need to stand there for the whole question.
Yeah, but whenever I call you, you need to pull up over here. Really is. He was smart in our science too.
He's not that smart.
Matthew! Say to his face, I dare you. Matthew, she said that you're not even smart.
You're stupid.
I'm giving you answers. You treat me like that. Remember that.
In a few minutes. So what I want you to do is take out, you had 2 homework assignments from this week, and you have today's classwork. So those 2 homework assignments and your classwork, I'm gonna collect while you're getting started on your exit ticket.
Wait, what?
I'll come around and I'll show you. But that's
Where did my pencil go?
Hola. Now I'm getting confused. I don't even think I have the homework. I probably just threw it out. Oh no, I still have it.
So this was one.
Mister, thank you for the pen. I appreciate it. It's mad though. It's mad valid.
So you should have 1-2, 1-3, and today is 1-4.
Today is the 9th, the 14th.
Well, whatever you have, I'm taking. Remember,
For real?
that's on you, okay? But you guys will see once we start to regrade it. You need to have your assignment on Friday. So whatever you have, I'll take so that you can start your next activity. Let's go.
You got 5 more minutes. How you start transitioning to that exit ticket?
So then we have it.
Exit ticket is up on the board. Start directing your attention to the exit ticket, please and thank you.
It's funny how you treat this
Because you thought 180, right? Midpoint. Midpoint is not an angle. Midpoint is not an angle.
Elias, even if they didn't finish the classwork today, we're not taking, right?
We're not. Well, we're gonna do the same thing with them.
This one's the one that's gonna sense of what you're doing. And he told me to, complete, right? And I'm
It's a lion.
What's up, Tabor?
Oh, no, I was just gonna hand you. Can I ask you a question? What do you
Any fruit snack wrappers you gotta collect, and when the bell rings and you leave, you can start to throw them away.
We want it, so going forward, if you're not finished.
Done.
No. Wait, that's okay. That's okay. But
Okay, I'm coming back to you then. Buddy, I don't want you to lose this. This is my organization is. Oh, yes, I'm coming back around. This, anything that's like, so you see how these. Oh, wait. So one down, Nah, I don't get it. Okay? Did I get everybody's assignment? I'll come back around one more time. Yes, sir. All right, if you're finished with your exit ticket, let me know.
You go ahead and collect the calculation. That's your